Hey everyone, Lari here, back with another tutorial video, and this time I actually have these sketches recorded. So this is going to be a little bit long. I'm just going to talk through this and hope that I help and answer some questions. So right now what I did is I recorded a time-lapse video of me doing the sketches. So my sketches are simple. It's just to get the idea out there, and it's like, this is what I want the character to kind of look like. So you can see I'm drawing Dream Daddy, the really awesome dad dating simulator game, which is a really wonderful game. If you haven't played it before, the link will be in the description for the Steam game, so you can download it and play it. It was created by the same people that do Game Grumps, so you know it's good. So as you see, I drew a Joseph chibi. I drew him at first and then I didn't like it, so I drew him again. Then I drew Craig, I did Hugo, and now I am drawing Matt. Yeah, that's Matt. There we go. With his cup of coffee. And then I disappeared for a second. Goodness, and then I'm back. And now I am quickly sketching Damien. So I'm using a blue pencil. A blue pencil for artists is kind of famously known for whenever you sketch something in blue pencil, whenever you scan it, the scanner can't pick up the certain tone of blue. It's a Ticonderoga blue pencil. I love it for sketching. It's smooth, it's nice. I really enjoy it. I don't normally scan my stuff, I just take a picture of it so you can see the blue stuff is right here. I just find that it's easy to go over it with. So now here comes the really fast parts. So right now I'm just inking over my sketches. I take a picture on my phone of the sketches that I make, and then I ink over it. And this is Paint Tool Sai is what I'm using. So I inked Robert and I inked Amanda really fast. And now I inking Brian. I didn't doodle the corgi he has, but I know what a corgi looks like because we had a corgi. So yeah. Now on to my personal favorite character is Joseph. I just think that he is the most interesting, and also he is evil. So I like that. So it's really cool. Yeah, so I'm inking. I have kind of like a stabilizer on to make my lines a little bit easier. And I like Paint Tool Sai because it's easy to just ink. You know, it's easy to correct your lines. So my lines are moving around. Alright, so I'm inking Craig. Inking some more. So you see just lines just move around because that means I'm just making corrections on them. So right now we're just on the inking phase. So we got little baby River on his chest. Now you might be asking, what are you doing? Why are you doing those little splotches right there? So what it is it helps. I'm just basically putting the colors down for the characters. There's two ways to do this. One, so I can go and fill them in later, or two, sometimes I actually have a colorist. If I have like a lot of things I'm trying to make at once, I can't color it all in. I will have a colorist come in and actually just fill it in. So I'm just giving them a color, like spots of reference, and saying, hey, can you fill this all in? Yeah. So pretty much I'm just putting the color down, and then I'll get it back, like the file back, and it will just be completely filled in. And then I'll just shade over it. It saves me a lot of time. Well, it used to anyway. Now I actually am able to do the flat colors instantly because I use Clip Paint Studio. And Clip Paint Studio has a cool way where I can just put the flat colors down on a separate layer and not lose any details. So I actually don't have use of that anymore. So now we're on to the shading, which is, in my opinion, this is the one that is the most time consuming. This is the hardest part because there's so many little things you have to do. So I'm just shading the hair, putting the highlights on. I love having a lot of just sparkles and highlights because I really think that it just makes the characters pop. And I also believe that using a soft brush for shading, especially on the hair, you know, I use it for facial hair right there, that nice soft brush, that really adds depth to the character. I like to think anyway. You know, add a little bit of graying spots to Robert right there. Now I'm shading the pants. Add a little bit of like a soft brush shading on the bottom of his pants. got his scotch glass. Now I'm doing Brian. I love his eyes because they're green, but they have like yellow irises, and that really pops it out. I believe there's a brush in Paint Tool Side that was really helpful for freckles. Yeah, so here's the shirt, there's the pants. Gave him his good old manly hair on his legs and his arms. Now I'm just shading the corgi. The corgi's my favorite part of this, honestly. My favorite that came out is Joseph, not just because he's my favorite character. I just think that he looks the coolest because it's like, oh wow, he looks so nice. Doesn't he look nice? He's offering you a brownie. But I also like drew him with evil intentions. If you haven't played the game, it's not really a spoiler because it's not even in the game itself, but originally they had written this guy Joseph, who's this he's like this nice like pastor church leader guy. Originally they had it in the game somewhere that he actually was the villain, and I really enjoyed that. Really liked that idea. I believe they scrapped it, but all the game files were still there and the story and everything, so people were able to like debug it, decode it, and play it. They were able to program it. So that was kind of cool. I'm just rambling. So now we're on to Craig. I gave him some blushes, gave him some highlights. You don't want to just give characters highlights on their skin sometimes without adding a little bit of a blush to help the highlight pop. Now we're just shading the hair. Yeah, you see I have that soft brush on his hair. Just adds volume to it. And now I'm doing the eyes. Always want to add that gray shadow because it really helps the eyes just come alive. Shading on his skin, detail on the bow tie. You always want to make sure you get the right shade when shading yellow. You know, you don't want the shadow to be too brown. You also don't want it to be too orange. Shading yellows and oranges are difficult, I believe. You have to find the right balance. Now we're on to Matt, good old Matt. He's got his facial hair, his piercing, eyes that pierce into your soul. Oh, what a cutie patootie. Now I'm shading the dreads. And then let me guys know if you have any questions that you want me to answer. I'm pretty much just saying what I'm doing, and it's pretty much the same thing, just, you know, shading, selecting the pants area, putting that soft shade on, and the highlights on it. And yeah, you see some other characters in here. I have like some of my hero characters, and I have Over the Garden Wall characters that I did as well. So here's Damien. Everyone, I believe this is everyone's favorite. Damien and Craig were everyone's favorites. Yeah, so I'm selecting his hair because his hair, I needed to shade it, and the rose was in front of it, so I couldn't just shade without selecting it. I wanted to make sure that it didn't get outside the lines, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't get on top of the rose. Alright, there's his clothes, shading his clothes. Just laying down darker colors. I always choose a darker color when shading. I know some people can choose like a gray and they set the layer to multiply, and that's a good way to shade as well. And then here is the final product. Here's how they turned out. Yay! Oh, it was so much fun. It took a lot of work, but it was really worth it. It was a really good time. Special thanks this month to Mandrakes, being a wonderful Patreon supporter. If you want to join and get goodies shipped to you every month of stickers and keychains, then just follow me on Patreon at Lalalari. You can also watch me do these streams not sped up at Lalalari Art on Twitch. And these Dream Daddy stickers and keychains are available on my Etsy store. The link is in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Lalalari, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!